everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back. So today's video, we are going to talk about Juicy July. So this is my recommendation video with a theme word for the month of July. I've been doing this all year long, and I decided to pick 5 books off my shelves that 4 which I rated 5 stars and strongly recommend, and they are juicy for one reason or another, which we'll get to in a second. And then one book that I have heard is going to be juicy that I am going to possibly be reading this month, but I haven't picked it up yet at time of filming this video. So let's just get started. Okay, so for Juicy July, the first pick is Butcher and Blackbird by Bryn Weaver. So this is the one I have not read. I do plan on reading it this month if everything works out. I will say so far the month of July, my reading has been slower than I have expected it to be. So we'll see how much catch up I can do for this month, but life's just been busy in all the good ways. So Butcher and Blackbird, the reason why I think this will be juicy is because it is a story about 2 serial killers that fall in love. So I have heard that when you are done reading this, you want to talk to someone about it, that it is messed up and twisted and juicy for all the right reasons. I think you're kind of rooting for these 2 serial killers. And I know there is a lot of back and forth banter between them from what I've gathered. And so I think this is going to be a little bit on the open door side as far as the juiciness is. And yeah, so there's choice number 1. All right, the second recommendation is juicy as in rumors. So this is The Whispers by Ashley Audrain. I love this book. It is the only Ashley Audrain I've read. I've not read, what is the one that everyone has read? The Push. So I think these are the only 2 books she has out so far, but I've not read The Push. But this one, I had such a fun time reading this. So you're following a well-to-do neighborhood with couples and their children, and they regularly get together, and everything is perfect, picture perfect. But at one of their neighborhood parties, everyone stops what they're doing when they hear a loud smack. And what happened is one of their kids, unfortunately, falls from the second door window. So it says, over the course of tense 3 days, the women of the neighborhood grapple with what led to that terrible night. So you get Blair, Whitney, and, what was the other one? Mara. So, and there's Rebecca. There's a bunch of different ladies in here, and you uncover all their secrets. Every family has secrets. What happened to the son? Does he make it? Does he not make it? Who's to blame? What happened? This one is so good. It is one that you will start reading and just immediately get sucked into, and you need to know what happened. You have to know. Okay. This one is a juicy family story. So I feel like this Samantha Downing is one that we don't hear. I don't know if it's underrated or underloved or what, but I absolutely enjoyed this. I gave it 5 stars, which I think is more of an unpopular opinion, but I had such a good time with my reading experience with this one. So this one, we're following some siblings, Beth, Portia, and Eddie. They have not, typical, they have not been in contact for a long time. Their grandfather dies, and they are entitled to an inheritance, but there is a stipulation on it. And the stipulation is that they have to come together for a cross-country road trip. I love road trips in books when they're done well. But you have secrets, you have a missing person, you have a mysterious car that's following them. And one of them, there's a body in the trunk, and one of these siblings is a killer. That's all I'm going to say. I loved how this wrapped up. It was such a good ride, but it was definitely juicy with all the sibling rivalry and secrets, and it was great. It was great. Okay, another friend group dynamic, In My Dreams I Hold a Knife by Ashley Winstead, 5 stars. I have given all Ashley Winstead's thrillers 5 stars. She is such a good psychological thriller author, in my opinion. This one was juicy because you have secrets from college, and you have a group of friends that is kind of getting back together for a reunion. There's an unsolved murder. I can't say much because it will give it away. But you're following these 6 friends and you're uncovering past timeline, present timeline, all the dirty, nasty secrets, all the he said, she said, and how their past events have caught up with them in their future. I can't say much, but definitely on the juicy side. And then last but not least, one of my favorite Tracy Lang books, We Are the Brennans. This is another family story. We are following siblings. They're Irish. I loved the family dynamics in this one. We are following a sister named, she's 29 years old. Her name is Sunday, and she wakes up in a hospital in Los Angeles, bruised and battered after a drunk driving accident. So this one is a little bit hard hitting. So she swallows her pride and goes back home to her family in New York. But it's not easy. So she deserted them all and her high school sweetheart 5 years before with little explanation, and they all have questions. So she's trying to rebuild her life, and you're following, gosh, it's so hard to say. It's hard to say anything about this book because I think you should go into it blind, but just know it's juicy in the fact of the family dynamics, the secrets, why did she leave, the relationship that she had with her ex-boyfriend. You get all the good juicy vibes in this one, and 5 stars again. Highly recommend Tracy Lang overall if you haven't read her. What Happened to the McCraes, and this one, I think What Happened to the McCraes might be my favorite, but I read that one most recently. But I've read all 3 of her titles and they've all been 5 stars. So there you have it. There's Juicy July. So we have family juicy drama, we have friend college juicy drama, murder, family siblings murder, an accident with juicy gossip and neighbors, and then what I think will be very juicy, kind of a dark romance, serial killer romance. It's kind of combining 2 of my favorite genres, so that's exciting. Thank you again for watching. I hope you enjoyed this month's theme word video, and I will see you guys soon. Happy reading. Bye.